Hello. A very good evening to all my dear students. कैसे हो सब लोग? Hi जी, hi Vivek, hi Yuraj, hi Kazala, Praveen is it, right? So I hope you guys are doing great. सब लोग बढ़िया मज़े में, right? आज मंडे है, आराम से तो काम अपना कैसे चल रहा है, कैसे चल रही है पढ़ाई, कैसे हो सब लोग, स्कूल्स की छुट्टियां चल रही है कि नहीं, बताओ यार, how is it going on? Right, so this is Deveeka, your biology buddy, your biology teacher on Infinity Learn, and I welcome all my dear students to the channel of Infinity Learn by Sri Chaitanya. तो कहानी अब तक की हमने अभी तक क्या पढ़ा था, what have we learned? So बेटा जी, till now we have spoken about the types of nutrition. In previous class we have also understood why is it so that the life processes are important. We have also understood कि what are life processes, है ना? तो आज हम बात करेंगे बहुत सारे बढ़िया फन फैक्ट्स के बारे में, कुछ बहुत ही मज़ेदार क्वेश्चंस भी है आप लोगों के लिए, राइट? और आज हम बात करेंगे हेटरोट्रॉपिक न्यूट्रिशन के बारे में। तो हम सब जानते हैं कि व्हाट इज हेटरोट्रॉपिक न्यूट्रिशन। क्या कोई बता पाएगा कि व्हाट इज हेटरोट्रॉपिक न्यूट्रिशन और उसकी स्टेप्स कौन सी क्या है? कौन बता पाएगा? राइट, सो दिस आर द स्टेप्स ऑफ हेटरोट्रॉपिक न्यूट्रिशन। In last class I have explained you very well कि hetero मतलब कि others and tropic मतलब कि nutrition। तो ऐसे organisms which are dependent on other organism for their food, for their nourishment, then that's called as heterotrophic nutrition। बहुत अच्छे गौरव, hello निहारिका, welcome back, nice to see you here again, right? बहुत अच्छे गौरव, बहुत अच्छे, राइट? सो दैट इज व्हाट इज हेटरोट्रॉपिक न्यूट्रिशन। सो इन हेटरोट्रॉपिक न्यूट्रिशन व्हाट आर द स्टेप्स दैट वी फॉलो बच्चा? वी फॉलो इंजेशन, राइट, वेयर वी इनटेक द फूड, जहाँ से हम खाना खाते हैं, हाय शुभम, राइट? देन वी हैव डाइजेशन, जहाँ पे फूड का ब्रेक डाउन होता है, राइट, वेयर द फूड इज बेसिकली broken down into simpler, मतलब कार्ब्स है तो उसका कार्बोहाइड्रेट का शुगर बनेगा, राइट, सिंपलर फॉर्म बनेगा, प्रोटीन्स है तो अमीनो एसिड्स बनेंगे। देन थर्ड इज एब्जॉर्प्शन, वेयर द broken down food goes into the blood, and then it is assimilation, where this process happens in the cell, जहाँ की cells में इनका utilization होता है for the metabolic processes, for the development of the cell, body growth, right, all of those things, right? So now then we have egestion मतलब कि जो कि बाहर निकाल दिया जाता है। Hello all of you, hi Vishal, hi Zayan, right, very nice। चलो, so now अभी हम लोग जब बात करते हैं कि nutrition in human being, so we have a particular digestive system, we have a dedicated system, and we will go through each part and its job, what it is doing for us, alright? तो ह्यूमन बीइंग में जो इजेशन है वो कहाँ से शुरू होता है, कैसे हम फूड को अंदर लेते हैं, राइट? सो वी हैव समथिंग लाइक दिस, वी हैव द इनलेट दैट इज योर माउथ, राइट, देन इट ट्रैवल्स टू द एसोफेगस। एसोफेगस क्या है? एसोफेगस इज योर फूड पाइप, राइट, देन that leads to the J-shaped pouch in your body, which is stomach. It's a muscular pouch. I'm just giving you the intro over here. One by one we will understand it in very much of depth. All right. तो अब हमने देखा कि J shape pouch है, J shape pouch में से फूड निकल के आता है small intestine में। The very first part of the small intestine is duodenum, right? So duodenum में आता है, and then you have the other part of duodenum and ileum, right? Yes Zayan, I'm going to do that, I told you right now, है ना? अभी बात की हमने कि हम ये अभी ऊपर से देख रहे हैं, we'll go in depth of each of the part बच्चा, don't worry, ठीक है? कि स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन के हिस्से में कहाँ पे क्या होता है, यस, ड्यूडेनम, इलियम, जिजिनम होते हैं, राइट। फिर आगे की बात है कि आगे होता है आपका लार्ज इंटेस्टाइन। लार्ज इंटेस्टाइन बाद में ओपन होता है रेक्टम में। रेक्टम इज अगेन द पार्ट ऑफ द इंटेस्टाइन वेयर इन द वेस्ट मटेरियल, द अनडाइजेस्टेड फूड इज स्टोर्ड फॉर सम टाइम, एंड देन we have anus, which is the opening through which we eject the food out, right, the undigested food out. Last part is jejunum, right, duodenum, ileum, jejunum. All right Niharika, चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. Now here when we talk about the digestive system, it is not only the organs, right, we also have glands over here. So the largest gland in your body, largest gland of your body is liver. Liver is like a fantastic factory, ठीक है, बहुत सारी चीज़ों में इन्वॉल्व रहता है, काफ़ी सारा मेटाबॉलिज्म, ग्लूकोज का स्टोरेज इनटू ग्लाइकोजन, फिर ग्लूकोनियोजेनेसिस, बाइल प्रोडक्शन, बहुत सारे मल्टी फंक्शनल ग्लैंड है ये अपना, राइट, एंड इट इज द बिगेस्ट लार्जेस्ट ग्लैंड ऑफ आवर बॉडी, राइट. देन वी हैव द गॉल ब्लैडर which is kind of a assistant to your liver, because liver is producing bile juice and then it is stored temporarily into this pouch like structure which is the gallbladder. What is gland? Gland are the is a structure in our body which is made up of glandular cells, epithelial glandular cells, ठीक है. So we have this glandular cells which have this property of secretion of material. We have two types of glands in our body, right? We have two types of gland in our body, that is your endocrinic gland and the exocrinic gland, right? So exocrinic glands are the glands which secrete the secretion right over there, just like your your salivary glands, right? So salivary glands are present over here. We have 3 on its sides and they secrete over there itself. ठीक है? Oh Zayan, ठीक है. तो फिर then यहाँ पे you have what? You have this glands and glands do the secretion. Glands क्या करती है? Secretion करती है and then secretion करके then the juices are secreted. So जो endocrinic glands होती है, they are involved in the hormone secretion, जहाँ की अपनी एक्सोक्राइनिक ग्लैंड्स जो होती है वो सिक्रीट करती है, जैसे कि आपका स्वेट, सलाइवा, अदर टाइप्स ऑफ सिक्रेशंस एंड एंजाइम्स इन इट. बात समझ में आई? इज इट क्लियर विशाल? राइट. सो फिर आगे बढ़ते हैं. वी हैव पैनक्रिया. पैनक्रिया कहाँ पे है? हमारे लोअर एब्डोमेन में है, जो कि स्टमक के पीछे है बच्चा, राइट. इट इज बिहाइंड द स्टमक. एक लीफ लाइक स्ट्रक्चर होता है. ये भी बहुत मज़ेदार ग्लैंड है. वी विल स्टडी इट ऑल्सो इन डिटेल, ठीक है. सो इट इज़ ऑल्सो हैविंग ड्यूअल पर्पस. जैसे कि मैंने अभी बताया आपको कि हमारे शरीर में 2 टाइप की ग्लैंड्स होती है, एंडोक्राइनिक एंड एक्सोक्राइनिक. This pancreas is basically having dual type of nature. It is endocrinic as well as an exocrinic gland. Okay, तो फिर अब इसके बाद हम शुरू करते हैं अपने डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम को समझना पार्ट बाय पार्ट, राइट. तो पहले बात कर रहे हैं हम लोग माउथ की. माउथ लीड करता है इसोफेगस में, लेकिन इसके बीच में और क्या क्या होता है, लेट्स सी दैट. तो हमारे माउथ में क्या क्या होता है? व्हाट ऑल डू यू हैव इन योर माउथ? कभी देखा है? ओपन करके देखा होगा जरूर, राइट. राइट गौरव, बहुत फंटास्टिक. सो आर एलिमेंट्री कैनाल. अभी हम कहाँ पे डिस्कशन कर रहे हैं? माउथ का डिस्कशन कर रहे हैं, मतलब कि हमारी बकल कैविटी तक हम डिस्कस कर रहे हैं. चलो, तो ये सारी चीज़ें तो आपको पता ही है कि और क्या होता है. फेरिंग्स होता है, एसोफेगस, स्टमक, स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन, लार्ज इंटेस्टाइन, रेक्टम एंड दी एनस, राइट. तो स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन जैसे कि ड्यूडेनम, जेजुनम, इलियम, 3 पार्ट. फिर लार्ज इंटेस्टाइन के केकम, कोलम और रेक्टम. कोलन का भी 3 पार्ट होता है, ट्रांसवर्स कोलम, असेंडिंग कोलम, ट्रांसवर्स कोलम एंड डिसेंडिंग कोलम. उसकी भी बात करेंगे हम, but when we will discuss about large intestine in detail. चलो, right. अभी हम बात कर रहे हैं माउथ की. सो व्हाट इज माउथ बेसिकली? योर माउथ इज द ओपनिंग ऑफ योर एलिमेंट्री कैनाल. यू कैन से दैट इट इज द फर्स्ट साइट जहाँ पे डाइजेशन की शुरुआत हो जाती है. डाइजेशन हमारा कहाँ पे शुरू होता है बच्चा? हमारा डाइजेशन सीधा माउथ से ही शुरू हो जाता है. ऐसा क्यों? क्योंकि यहाँ पे हम जो एंजाइम, मैं थोड़ा सा हट जाती हूँ ताकि आप लोग नोट्स को ले पाओ, ठीक है. तो यहाँ पे जो माउथ होती है ये बेसिकली इनिशियल प्लेस है, साइट है. एंड इंजेशन मतलब फूड का अंदर लेना, एंट्री, वो यहीं पे होती है. तो जो ओरल कैविटी है यहाँ पे क्या होता है? पैलेट होता है अपना, है ना. जो ऊपर वाला फ्लोर है दैट्स अ पैलेट, राइट. फिर टीथ है, एक मस्त मस्कुलर टंग है, एंड वी हैव सलाइवरी ग्लैंड. तो ये जो टंग है ना, टंग का काम कुछ ऐसा है, कहा जाता है कि मैं अगर एक बार टेढ़ी जाऊँ तो 32 ही गिरा दूँ, राइट. तो अगर हमारी ज़बान मतलब कड़वे बोल अगर निकल जाए तो किसी की 32 भी गिर सकती है. तो एक ज़बान 32 पे भारी पड़ सकती है, राइट. तो इसका भी बहुत महत्व है, हम देखेंगे आज. तो चलो, तो जब हम बात करते हैं टीथ से, राइट, वी आर नाउ टॉकिंग अबाउट आवर बकल कैविटी. व्हाट इज मेमोरी ग्लैंड? मेमोरी ग्लैंड बच्चा हम रिप्रोडक्शन वाले चैप्टर में पढ़ेंगे चेतन. मेमोरी ग्लैंड्स आर बेसिकली, चलो फन फैक्ट बता दूं. फन फैक्ट बता देती हूँ. आपको पता है ना फन फैक्ट? अगर आपको नहीं पता था तो देन यू हैव टू राइट यो इंडिकेटिंग कि हाँ आज कुछ हमने नया सीखा है, राइट. फन फैक्ट अबाउट मेमोरी ग्लैंड्स इज दैट they are modified sweat glands. They are modified sweat glands in females जो कि basically develop हो जाती है, males में develop नहीं होती, right. और mammary glands milk producing glands होती है जो कि baby मतलब जब हम बच्चे होते हैं तो हम हमारे nourishment के लिए किस पे निर्भर रहते हैं? हमारी माँ के, right. We are dependent on whom? We are dependent on our mother, right. So those mammary glands basically give us nourishment when we are babies, right. They are the modified sweat glands. So that's the fun fact, the first fun fact that we have discussed today. Were you guys aware of this? Let me know. तो चलो अब हम बात करते हैं टीथ की. डेंटेशन कैसा है? Thank you निहारिका for that yo. Right? So dentation कैसा है? We are thecodonts. हम कहते हैं कि we are thecodonts. अभी और यो फैक्टर्स आने वाले हैं, stay tuned. ठीक है. So thecodont मतलब क्या? When the teeth is embedded into the socket. हमारे गम के सॉकेट में जब दांत इस तरीके से गड़े हुए होते हैं, यू सी ओनली द क्राउन. आपको जो दिखाई देता है वो केवल क्राउन होता है दांतों का. रेस्ट द रूट्स इज एम्बेडेड इनटू अ सॉकेट. ठीक है, ये क्या होती है? ये सॉकेट ऑफ आवर जॉ, सॉकेट ऑफ आवर जॉ, राइट. तो ये जो हमारी जबड़ा जिसे हम कहते हैं उसमें वो सॉकेट में होते हैं, राइट. सो दैट इज थेकोडंट. Then we have diphdontons. What is diphrodonton? क्या बचपन में आपके दांत गिरे थे? Did you had those teeth falls? Tell me, yes or no? Right? Milk teeth must have been fallen. It must have begun when you were like 6, first time 6, 7, right? Yes? सबके गिरे थे कि नहीं? किसी किसी के गिरे हैं? हाँ, मेरे तो गिरे थे. Yes, yes, right. So it starts from right over the incision and then everybody teases us, अरे खिड़की बन गया, window, right? So we all have these two sets of teeth in our lifetime, right? When we are juvenile, when we are smaller, then we have a 20 set ka teeth. When we become an adult, that means when we get a permanent set of teeth, then we have 32, right? 32 of them. So now this type of yes, Niharika, exactly. Right? So this type of dentation is called as diphrodont. Most of the जैसे कि primates होते हैं ना, they show this diphrodonton. Right? Diphrodonton वहाँ पे दिखाई देते हैं. चलो, so now I have told you about what? About the thecodont. मुझे लगा था कोई सवाल पूछेगा, so I have kept the fun fact as well along with it. Let's see what the fun fact is. So when we talk about the thecodont, हम कहते हैं कि socket में दांत फंसा हुआ है. Right? We say कि the teeth is embedded inside the socket. But are there any other type of dentation in the nature? Yes, बिल्कुल बच्चा जी. First is thecodont that we have understood in case of mammals, in case of teeth, right? So now we also have pleurodonton and acrodonton. Chetan has already given a yo, thank you, right? So what is pleurodonton? Pleurodonton is when the most of the teeth is in touch with the gums, right? It is in touch. Large surface area is in contact with the gum, right? Then we have acrodonton, where a very small surface area of the teeth is in contact with the gum. And where do you find such thing? You find such kind of dentation in the lizards. So ये जो pleurodonton है, it is in case of the snakes. ठीक है, snakes के वो जो होते हैं ना teeth, there you see this pleurodonton. Acrodonton, most of the reptiles and the lizard family. All right, fantastic, very good. So now let's see how are our teeth, right? So we are into the dentation right now. We are talking about dentation, and as you can see, this is a very healthy buccal cavity, by the way, I can say, right? And you can see the shapes of the teeth are completely different from one another, right? And because of which we say the heterodontation. What is reptile? The one which cross, the snakes, lizards, they are reptiles, बच्चा, ठीक है? They are reptiles. All right. Then we have heterodontation. That means we have different kind of teeth in our buccal cavity, isn't it? Different kind of teeth in our buccal cavity. Like for example, we have incisors, canine, premolars and molars, right? We have all of this. Now here incisors are in the front. No problem, Chetan. You should ask. No problem. Incisors, right? The upper ones, which are used to cut, bite. जैसे if we are eating an apple, जब हम apple खाते हैं तो उसे तोड़ने के लिए हम क्या यूज करते हैं? Incisors. 4 on top, 4 on the upper jaw, 4 on the lower jaw. Reptiles, चेतन रेंगने वाले बेटा, जो रेंगते हैं ना, जैसे lizards का family हो गया, right? Crocodiles हो गए, ये सारे reptiles है, ठीक है, जो कि रेंगते, पेट के बल चलते हैं, right? So then we have canines. Canines are on the sides, which are for tearing, right? जैसे कि chicken तंगड़ी कबाब, क्या? I'm a vegetarian, I don't know that. गन्ना खा रहे हो, right? या फिर chicken leg piece, हाँ, leg piece खा रहे हो. So then you have to tear it up, right? So then you use the canines, right? To upper jaw, to lower jaw. Then we have premolars. Okay, guys, a point to be noted. Asked in the Olympiad exams and NTSC के लिए बहुत important कि जो हमारे बच्चे मतलब juvenile stage होती है उनमें 20 होते हैं, right? 20 teeth. I told you, and we have 32, we have 32, right? So उनमें क्या missing होता है? Premolars are missing there, right? So we have 8 of them, 4 ऊपर 4 नीचे, 2 इस साइड से, 2 इस साइड से, 2 इस साइड से, 2 इस साइड से, right? So 4 premolars, and then we have 12 molars for grinding and crushing. Thank you, Niharika, for helping your friend out over there, right? So we have for grinding, premolars and molars both are for grinding and crushing, ठीक है? So now the last molar that we get, it is called as the wisdom tooth. It is called as a wisdom tooth. Why? ऐसा थोड़ी है कि जिसको wisdom tooth आया उसको अक्ल आ गई, नहीं, उसको हम कहते हैं अक्लदाड़ भी. जी गौरव, बहुत अच्छे, उनका मेटाबॉलिज्म टेम्परेचर पे होता है. इसके ऊपर एक फन फैक्ट भी है, लेकिन आई गेस आई विल कीप दैट फॉर रिप्रोडक्शन चैप्टर, ठीक है? चलो, क्योंकि टेम्परेचर से मुझे याद आ गया था, लेकिन उस फन फैक्ट को हम रिप्रोडक्शन के लिए रखते हैं, नहीं तो मज़ा नहीं आएगा. ऑल राइट, सो चलो, सो अब ये जो विजडम टीथ है ना, यूजुअली यू गेट इट ओनली आफ्टर 18 ईयर्स, ठीक है, 18 से 30 तक आ सकता है ये दांत, राइट? यस, करेक्ट काव्याश, यू डू नॉट हैव प्रीमोलार्स, वेरी राइट, दैट्स व्हाट आई सेड, ठीक है। एंड दिस विजडम टूथ्स आर बेसिकली वेस्टिजियल इन नेचर, ये वेस्टिजियल इन नेचर होते हैं, ऑलराइट। सो नाउ if we are talking about dentation, if we are talking about daant, if you are talking about teeth, and we are not talking about elephant, how is that possible? So I told you कुछ interesting questions भी मैं लेके आई हूँ. So you have seen हाथी के दांत दिखाने के कुछ और खाने के कुछ और, ये तो हम सब ने सुन रखा है. तो क्या आप मुझे बता सकते हो, just take a wild guess, okay, just take a guess कि what type of teeth are they? Are they canine or are they incisors or molars? वेस्टिजियल मतलब कि जो काम के नहीं है, ठीक है, जो जैसे वेस्टिजियल ऑर्गन ना, कि इट इज नॉट नेसेसरी, है तो भी काम चल जाएगा, नहीं है तो भी काम चल जाएगा. कैनाइज, ओके, काव्यांश सेज कैनाइन. बता पाओगे? I've asked a question. I need answers. Question क्या है? What type of teeth are this? Tusk बुलाते हैं ना, मैं सेट क्या बुलाते हैं? Tusk. तो elephant tusks are what? Okay. ठीक है. Take a guess, yeah. Take a guess. You need not to be always correct. Let's have fun. Just learning is the process of asking, right? Tooth and teeth. English only. That's just English, nothing else. Chetan. Canine se. All right. So. Yeah, we are brushing teeth. Yes, true. But that's how it sounds better. Maybe toothpaste. Yeah. Chalo. Good question though, Chetan. So let me tell you guys this thing, okay, that elephant tusks are the modifications of incisors, right? They are modified incisors, very large incisors, right? So that's a fun fact for you guys today, right? This makes up what? Third fun fact of the class today. राइट कि एलिफेंट के टस्क जो होते हैं वो इंसिसर्स मॉडिफाइड होते हैं, ना कि कैनाइंस. कैनाइंस आर स्टिल देयर बिकॉज इट हैज टू चीव, बाइट एंड टियर. यस मोटिवेशन बस, यू आर राइट. यो फैंटास्टिक, राइट. तो चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. नाउ वी हैव अंडरस्टूड द डेंटेशन, वी हैव अंडरस्टूड ऑल ऑफ दोज थिंग्स एंड वी हैव ऑल्सो अंडरस्टूड कि हमारा डेंटेशन कैसे कैसे होता है. थेकोडेंट होते हैं, हेटेरोडेंट्स होते हैं, राइट, डाइफोडेंट्स होते हैं. नाउ वी विल अंडरस्टैंड द डेंटल फॉर्मूला. नाउ व्हेन वी राइट द डेंटल फॉर्मूला, हाउ डू यू रिमेंबर दिस? आई हैव अ ट्रिक ऑफ द डे, राइट. द ट्रिक ऑफ द डे इज यू जस्ट हैव टू रिमेंबर द डेंटल फॉर्मूला इन दिस वे. ICPM. मैं PM को देख पा रही हूँ. यस प्लीज आस्क, राइट. ICPM. ICPM, you just have to remember this. ICPM, that's all, right? So now when we see PM, how do we write our dental formula? अपना dental formula कैसे लिखा जाता है ये भी मैं बता देती हूँ आपको, ठीक है. तो हमारा जो डेंटल फॉर्मूला है, दो टाइप का डेंटल फॉर्मूला रहेगा. कौन सा? एक तो जुवेनाइल डेंटल फॉर्मूला एंड द अडल्ट वन, राइट. Adult dental formula 2 1 2 3. Now how is that it is 2 1 2 3? Let's go to here, right. So when we talk about the dental formula, मुझे नहीं पता चेतन, why not toothpaste? Why can't it be toothpaste? नहीं पता मुझे, जिसने नाम दिया होगा ना उसने दिया होगा toothpaste. It sounds better, है ना? तो maybe that's why. Really? आप लोग ही मुझे बताओ, why not toothpaste and why only toothpaste? That's Chetan's doubt. चलो, so dental formula में हम कैसे काउंट करते हैं, है ना? So we divide this upper and lower jaw into half, right? तो अगर हम इसका हाफ डिवाइड करेंगे तो कुछ इस प्रकार से डिवाइड होगा, भाई साहब ये रहा, ठीक है जी हाँ, इस प्रकार से, right? On this side. Okay, so now over here, what do you have? How we have to write the formula? क्या दिया था trick? What is the trick? I see PM, right? मैं PM को देख पा रही हूँ या रहा हूँ, right? So I see PM. So now tell me how many incisors are there? I for incisors. कितना incisor है यहाँ पे? 2? Yes, 2 incisors है. All right. Canine कितना आ रहा है? How many canines are there? 1, half. Only half we have to check on the upper jaw and the lower jaw. ठीक है? When we write dental formula is written like this. Very good. 1. Fantastic. Now what do we have? Now what we have to talk about? Premolars. So how many premolars do we have? How many premolars do we have? Come on. And how many molars do we have on one side? 2. Very good. 2 PM matlab 2 premolars, and molars are how many? Molars are 3. Now what is the formula? 2, 1, 2, 3. Correct. 2, 1, 2, 3. Very correct, Shweta. Right? So same is the case on upper jaw, and now we will write it on the lower jaw. काफी बच्चों को पता नहीं रहता है why is this dental formula written in such a way. So this is the explanation, बच्चा. Right? This is the explanation. Is it clear? Is it crystal clear? Chalo. So now we have written the dental formula for an adult. Now what did I tell you? That in a juvenile stage, what is missing? Very good. What is missing in juvenile stage? कौन बताएगा? What is missing? What? I'll tell that. Shweta, I'll tell that. पहले हम समझ लेते हैं. First we'll understand कि how do we write the dentation and how do we write the dental formula, and then I'll tell you the application of it as well. What is missing? 2 is missing. Which one is missing? They do not have premolars. So what would be the dental? No, canines are there. Yes, and wisdom tooth is also missing. Very good. Fantastic. Okay, I have not given the image or what? 1 minute. ठीक है. चलो, कोई नहीं. So they have the canines, but what is missing? Premolar is missing. Well, let's go over here. Better, right? Premolar is missing, and what is missing? So this is not there, and this wisdom tooth is also not there, right? Premolar and wisdom tooth are missing. So what would be the dental formula then? 2 would be just like that. I see. Incisors would be right. Canine would be just like that. Now the premolars are 0. And molars are how many? Yes, motivation. I'll tell again. No worries. Molars are how many? 2. ठीक है? So 2102 is the dental formula for what? For the kids, for the juvenile people, right? For the bachas, for not your kind of bacha, like for very छोटा बच्चास, है ना? तो उनके लिए जो है वो डेंटल फॉर्मूला ये हो जाता है. ठीक है, अब फिर से एक बार, थैंक यू चेतन, one more time, What is dental formula? Dental formula हमें बताता है कि teeth की arrangement कैसी है, ठीक है. So when we derive dental formula, like in mathematics, like in any other thing, you have this certain way of writing it. जैसे हम अगर केमिस्ट्री में हम नेमिंग सिस्टम देते हैं या फिर बायोलॉजी में वी फॉलो बाइनोमियल नेमिंग सिस्टम, वैसे ही यहाँ पे भी हम कुछ यूनिफॉर्मिटी रखने के लिए उसको फॉलो करते हैं. तो wherever you go around the globe, the dental formula remains same. ऐसा नहीं कि इंडिया का अलग और अमेरिका का अलग हो जाए, ठीक है. So now what do we have? We have ICPM. When we take dental formula, what do we check? We check only half the jaw, half side of the jaw. इतना ही हम कंसीडर करेंगे. Lower and upper part, lower and upper part, right? Yes ललित, ऑटोट्रॉपिक कंप्लीट बच्चा, ठीक है. लोअर एंड अपर पार्ट, तो अपर पार्ट में जितने दांत है दैट वी काउंट. आई वी हैव 2 इंसिसर्स. कैनाइन वी हैव 1 canine on one half, upper half, right? Then we have 2 premolars and 3 molars. This is upper jaw situation. Same situation we have on the lower jaw as well. So that is your dental formula. Very good, Gaurav. Now in case of the kids, in case of very small bachas, we do not have over here, we have zero premolars and molar एक missing होता है उनका. So the rest of the dental formula remains the same, 2120, right? That is the thing. I hope now it is clear, crystal clear. So now let's understand what is the application of this dental formula. Why are we studying this dental formula? ठीक है, ये kids के situation में. Now what does that mean? Dental formula is basically arrangement of teeth in each of half, right, of the upper and lower jaw. Now this dental formula helps us understanding the situation of a person's jaw. तो जब डॉक्टर्स है ना, जब डेंटिस्ट काम करते हैं, so they will formulate this, they will tell कि what is the situation of your buccal cavity. आपके buccal cavity का situation कैसा है, which molar is not working, which molar has got यहाँ जी पूछो, डाउट्स पूछो बच्चा, ठीक है. Which molar is basically having the cavity, right? So to understand the dentation, is the dentation normal or not? So this is a normal human dentation and this dentation changes from animals to animal. गधे का जो dentation का फॉर्मूला है वो अलग रहेगा, रैबिट का अलग, हॉर्स का अलग रहेगा, राइट. सो दोज आर डिफरेंट डेंटेशन. सो दिस हेल्प्स द डेंटिस्ट टू अंडरस्टैंड द buccal cavity का arrangement, to understand the dental arrangement of the part, right? So Chetan, I'm not talking much of the Hindi. देखो मेरे पास दोनों बच्चे हैं, I have 2 of the kids, right? So I keep repeating the same thing in Hindi and English, all right? So yes, all right, so chalo, let's go ahead now. So we have understood incisors, canine, premolars and molars are the type of teeth that we find. Now what is hyperdenton? अरे भैया ये hyperdenton है. This is hyperdentation. We have different types of teeth, ठीक है, we have different shapes of teeth. That is why this is called as hyperdentation. All right, yes Lalit, point noted bata. Okay Gaurav, fantastic. Chalo, arey, 1 minute. Now structure of the teeth, little bit of structure, you don't have much in depth, ठीक है. So what do we have? Whatever white color part do you see ना, that is crown. उसे हम क्या बुलाते हैं? We call it as the crown and then we have the root, ठीक है. We have this as the crown, ये crown है, and the root that you do not see, which is Heterodont होने की वजह से, because of heterodentation, it is implanted, it is socketed inside the jaw. You can very well see this is the bone, right? You can very well see the bone over here. On top of the bone, you can see this pink colored thing. That's your gums. That's your gum which is holding your teeth and attaching your teeth with the bone, right? ललित क्या मैं इसका क्लास अलग से ले लूँ आपके लिए, डार्क रिएक्शन एंड लाइट रिएक्शन ललित, ठीक है? इन डेप्थ वाला एडवांस मैं जब लूँगी ना, whenever I'll teach in advanced classes, I'll declare कि today is the advanced classes. So those who are not interested in learning for NEET or for foundation level for Olympiad, they can just skip that class, and those who are interested in understanding high level for NEET or they are preparing for competitive examination, they can attend those classes, right? So I'll declare that, Lalit, on the channel, and you'll come to know. Yes, Chetan, enamel is the beauty. Is that okay? Give me a thumbs up, Lalit, if that's okay with you. Okay, so now gums, right? Then we have talked about the bone, the hyoid bone, the jaw bone, right? In that we have these things rooted, placed, nicely, beautifully placed, right? So then you have this root canal. Hey, you guys must have learned about or heard about, you know, somebody going through a root canal treatment, right? Somebody going through a root canal treatment. What is the root canal treatment? Root canal is basically the channel kind of a thing present in the teeth, and that will basically provide the tooth with the nerves, right, with the blood capillaries. Now why do it need the blood capillaries? So did we discuss anywhere कि your teeth is dead? No, right? We never said कि your teeth is dead cell or something. It's just like our bones. Yeah, inside your bones also you have this Heterodont canals which takes the blood supply, right? So whatever respiration, say whatever waste is being generated, cell metabolism is happening, that has to be taken out and it has to be supplied, right? So teeth is very much living. Teeth is very much living, and that's why we have blood supply. Now to have the blood supply, we'll have to have the place. So that is where in root canal. You know what do they do in root canal? Sometimes due to the cavity, what happens? This enamel is being completely eaten up. It is being corroded. It is destroyed, and because of which this nerves will get exposed. And when you have this really cold water or something sweet or something sour or something hot, you get that sensation, right? So you must have seen in those TV advertisements where they say, I have sensitive teeth. So sensitive teeth is like when you have something really cold and then it gives just like a shock, right? Janjanahat we call it in Hindi, right? So you get that shriveling feeling which goes like into the brain, and that's because your nerves are getting exposed, right? Direct exposure, and that's why you have that sensation. Now why do the cavity happen? Cavity happens because of the bacteria which is growing over there basically. So you have eaten something and then you do not wash your teeth or you do not wash your mouth properly. Basically the bacteria will grow over there, they will form the acidic condition. Because of the acidic condition in the mouth, these things, okay, you know now the teeth is made up of calcium mostly, you know this fact, right? Mineralized cells are present over here, so they are having this calcium with acid, right? It will basically get degraded, it starts getting degraded, and then we have cavities. Alright, so that was in short about the teeth. The toughest, fifth fun fact of the class today, bacha, the toughest part in your body is not bones, it's the enamel. The strongest material in our body is enamel. Nothing can harm enamel but acid. That is why we say na, jo carbonated drinks hote hain, like the Coca-Cola, Thumbs Up, Pepsi and all of those carbonated beverages, they are extremely harmful for your buccal cavity, right? They produces acidic situation, and that's all. That's the enemy for our teeth. Alright, so chalo aage badhte hain. Now we are talking about the next part, right, Next part surely is your, I'll love to explain over here. Before we go to the stomach, we'll go to the esophagus and the pharynx. Okay, so what is pharynx? So can you see this part over here, the opening? Yeah, so this is a common passage. It's a common passage for your early age, because they were not having toothpaste, maybe, Vishal, but they were cleaning their teeth, right? And they were not having all this chocolates and excess of additive sugars and carbonated drinks and stored food. Whatever they were having, it was all fresh, right? So it was being taken care of. Abhi, देखो ना, animals, their teeth are very good even if they don't wash it properly. Yes, you will agree with me. Correct, Gaurav. Ekdam sahi. 32 teeth, 16 in each jaws. Right. Okay, so now this pharynx I was talking, it's the common passage for your food and for your windpipe. So in the front we have this trachea, which is the windpipe, and in the dorsal side, bilkul uske theek piche, you have the esophagus. So this is your windpipe, which will go like this, right into the lungs, then it will enter, alright. And ye jo hai, ye apna food pipe hai. This is what? This is your food pipe, which is called as the esophagus. Now ये common passage है, ये क्या करता है, ये food को esophagus में जाने के लिए मदद करेगा. Now this long tube enters into the J-shaped pouch, which is your stomach. Now the stomach is such a beautiful organ of our body which produces HCl, because of which यहाँ का pH बन जाता है 2. ठीक है, यहाँ का pH कितना बन जाता है? 2. Now because of this hard pH, very acidic pH, what can happen? A, the food that we are eating up, it is going to get broken down because of acid over there. 2, along with the food, we also take up the bacteria and all of those things. है ना, ऐसा नहीं है कि बिल्कुल germ free है. So we also, the bacteria and the pathogens may also enter. They get destroyed because of this thing, HCl. Third thing that this HCl does is that it converts pepsinogen into pepsine. It converts pepsinogen into pepsine. Con HCl. Now what is pepsinogen? Pepsinogen is a precursor of the pepsine. What is pepsine? Pepsine does the digestion of proteins. ये क्या करता है? Proteins को amino acids में convert करता है. It breaks down pepsine into the pepsinogen. Funny, that was really funny. Please start from the beginning. कैसे हो सकता है ऐसा? You can see the recording, बच्चा. ठीक है? Thank you, but sorry, I cannot do that. बाकी बच्चे बोर हो जाएंगे ना बच्चा. ठीक है, और हम यही करते रहेंगे. Alright, so now mucus. Mucus is what? Mucus is secreted by the stomach cells itself, right? It is a sticky juice kind of a thing which will protect the stomach lining from the corrosive HCl. Do you know HCl, hydrochloric acid, is the same acid that we utilize for cleaning the washrooms and all? बहुत ज़बरदस्त acid होता है. It's the strongest acid of all. It's called like the king of the acids, right? और इतना strong acid can be produced by our stomach cells. Now imagine if this strong acid enters into esophagus, चलेगा, right? It will burn. Ulcers हो सकते हैं. If it enters into duodenum directly without treatment, जलेगा, it can burn, right? So ulcers हो सकते हैं. So we have protection, right? I'll come to that, funny, okay? I'll come to that regarding the timetable in the end. In stomach it is diluted or concentrated. It is diluted only. Why? Because mucus is present. if the stomach lining misses on mucus, if the stomach lining cannot produce mucus, then gone, right? The stomach will have all as ulcers, the cells will burn, they'll have injuries. That's why we have a sphincter over here. स्प्रिंस्टर कैसे होता है? जैसे किसी पाइप में आपने इलास्टिक बांध दिया हो, as if you have close the pipe with some kind of rubber band, and that rubber band can expand and then close again. So you have a controlled movement of the material in the pipe. So we have sphincters on both the end. तो ये end पे जो होता है, that is called as pyruli, right? Pyruli sphincter. And yes, I'll tell the live streaming bacha, no worries, don't worry. And we also have gastroesophageal sphincter on the edge of esophagus and the stomach, which will control the flow. What will it do? It will control the back flow as well of the stomach. लेकिन जब vomiting होता है, when we have vomiting, this sphincter can open and allow you to throw up. Right, that usually occurs when you have motion sickness or you have a bad stomach flu, because of which lot of gas has been produced and तब हम vomit करते. It's just a reflex action of our body. That time it can happen. Here we have pyroli sphincter, which controls the flow of the food of the chyme, CHEM, chyme, right, from the stomach to the duodenum. All right, is that clear? Stomach is clear? Please hit a like button if you have understood till now. All right, चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. तो अब हम जा रहे हैं small intestine. Which gas is filled in stomach, ma'am? Shweta, this depends on what kind of bacteria is present over there. H2SO4, right? Sulfuric hydroxide भी कभी कभी प्रोड्यूस हो जाता है जब हमारा स्टमक फ्लू होता है. when we have stomach flu, many a times it's carbon dioxide, because the carbohydrates and all are getting broken down sometime over there, so that kind of gas is also produced. All right, so I hope this is clear till here now. Yes. Now let's talk about the small intestine. Now the small intestine is going to take the partially digested food from the stomach. Now you know what's the pH in stomach? 2, extremely acidic. We don't want that situation kahan pe? We don't want that in the intestine. Intestinal wall may get harmed. Moreover, the bile juice which is coming over there, the pancreatic digestive juices which are coming over there may cannot work properly in the acidic situation, and that's why we have something called as the duodenum, which is going to secrete some enzymes which are alkaline, which is going to collect bile which is also alkaline. Yes, funny. So 10th का सिर्फ बायो नहीं, आप पूरा चैप्टर, मेरा ये दूसरा ही क्लास है basically, right? So we have 2 slots बच्चा, we have 3 for 9 and 4 for 4 p.m. daily we are coming live. All right, so for 10th grade. So please stay tuned and check. I'll keep you posted regarding that. All right. Yes, Gaurav, fantastic fact, right? So now here the small intestine is doing what? Small intestine now take the enzymes from the pancreas, right? Yes, it takes the food, it takes the enzymes from the pancreas, it also collects the bile from the gallbladder, right, and it is now collected over here, right, the first duodenum part. So pancreas secretes what? Pancreas will secrete now amylase over there, it will secrete some other enzymes which will help in degrading the carbohydrates, proteins and fats. Now when we say कि here the digestion process completes, small intestine is the place जहाँ पे digestion completes completely. So this small intestine is basically very long, the longest part of our alimentary canal. In fact, it is near about 6.5 meter in an average adult human being. ठीक है, 6.5 meter. If you just want to understand how long is that, so your mom's sari would be near about 5 meter. ठीक है, आपकी मम्मा की जो साड़ी होती है वो लगभग 5 मीटर लॉन्ग होती है, तो अंडरस्टैंड हाउ लॉन्ग इट इज, राइट. It's different into duodenum, and yes, it is different. It is differentiated. The small intestine is differentiated into duodenum, ileum and jejunum. ठीक है. So चलो, now carbohydrates are degraded into glucose, fats are degraded into smaller absorbable material like fatty acid and glycerol, proteins into amino acids. Regarding the enzymes, I'll take a separate session कि कैसे कैसे how the like trypsin is working on protein, what is kinotrypsin, how does it convert the trypsin in kinotrypsin into trypsin, how is it converted, right? What is enterokinase, and what are the other pancreatic juices, like what is the pataline, what is amylase, which degrades your carbohydrate into glucose, right? So it's a long story. We will understand that. Right now we are understanding the process. We'll understand the enzymatic factor in another class in detail. Shweta, what is the difference between enzyme and hormones? Very simple, bacha, very simple. Enzyme is a catalyst. What's a catalyst? Catalyst will not take part into a reaction. So A and B are the reactants, and there's an enzyme which will produce it into the product. So it will accelerate the process of reaction without being the part of the product. So it's like, two friends are there, three friends are there, and one friend, whenever there is a group of three friends, now one friend will always act like enzyme. It will always do chick chick boom, and it will not be the part of any dispute or fight. It will just nicely enjoy. So it is basically that one, okay, accelerating the rate of reaction. Whereas hormones are produced in minute quantities and they are chemical messengers inside our body. So they basically trigger the synthesis of they bring in the change inside our body, or they trigger the synthesis or inhibition of another hormones inside our body. Alright, Shweta? And hormones are secreted by the endocrine glands, and enzymes are mostly the secretion of our exocrine glands. Yo, thank you. So now in the large intestine, no digestion now, right? Large intestine, no digestion now. The large intestine consists of the colon. Yes, arey wow Gaurav, very good. Colon, rectum and the anus. Now this colon is also divided into three stages, bacha. If you can see, this is ascending colon which is going up. Then we have a transverse colon which is in the transverse position, and then we have the descending colon. So we have three parts of this colon. Now these three parts of the colon are involved in synthesizing of certain kind of mucus as well as absorption of water, so that the fecal matter gets the proper consistency, okay, so that we do not have excess of loss of water. Alright, so now that is your large intestine. So is large intestine structured with villi? No. Is small intestine having villi? Yes. So what are villi? This is the cell of small intestine, and the cell of the small intestine will show finger like projection on top of it, right, so that the surface area for absorption is increased. This finger like projection will also have microvilli on it. Okay? They are decorated more with microvilli so that more and more absorption can happen over there. But in the case of large intestine, do we need to absorb, do excess of absorption? No. So, यहाँ पे digestion, no, not happening. So, The start point of digestion is your mouth and end point is small intestine. In large intestine, it is only reabsorption of water. All righto. One more biggest thing about this is that the perisystolic movement is happening for the food travel, right? So perisystolic is like there is contraction and relaxation of this vestibular muscles, right? This is all made up of smooth muscles. So that is where you have this contraction and relaxation so that the food is pushed down inside the intestine, right? And the greatest perisystolic movement is happening in the large intestine so that the excess of undigested food is eliminated from our body. It is stored in rectum for a while. Now what happens? In the rectum, when it is filled up, right, it is supplied with the blood vessels and the nerves as well. So when it is present over there, what happens is the nerve vessel senses it is completely packed up now, okay, and you need to go to loo, and that's how your brain signals ki, oh, I need to go to toilet. So that's all for today, folks. We'll meet soon with the detailed session of this part now. Ki where is digestion happening? What is the structure of it? And what are the, so we'll go a little bit advanced. See you there. Hope you have enjoyed today's session. Tata, bye-bye and take care. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe though.